welcome back to my channel where I do makeups and stuff. Today I'll be doing another makeup look. I've already done my eyebrows just because you've seen me do them a couple of times now, and you don't need to watch me doing my eyebrows again in sped up motion, you know. I know you know. Last week I used the Venus 1 palette, so I thought why not carry on with that idea? Only this week I'm going to use the Venus 2 palette. So this one is a lot darker, more of like a grungy palette than the Venus 1. I'm going to do an eye look with this palette. I thought why not? We'll do that. We'll do that. So I'm going to zoom you in so that your next view will be of my face a bit closer, okay? Right, so of course, as always, I'm gonna prime my eyelids with this one, which is about to run out, so I need to get another one. I'm gonna try to do this fairly quickly today because it's actually my day off work and I'm going to go and watch a film. So I'm going to work. I work at the cinema. You might all know that. Maybe people in New Zealand don't know that, but I work at the cinema. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I've wanted to watch it for quite some time now, so I'm going to watch it. But before I do that, I need to set my eyelids. I'm going to do that using the Blood Sugar palette. I know I said I was only going to use the Venus 2 palette, but there's no shade in here that I can set my eyeballs with. Is there really? Not particularly. No, so I'm going to use that. Anyway, it's my video. I can do what I want. I can change the rules. I'm changing the rules. I'm using 2 palettes, okay? Thanks. Oh, I've already talked about this, but look at that. Oh my god. That Jeffree Star is genius, okay? I'm gonna use this brush. I think it's clean. I don't really know. I'm gonna use glucose, I am. It's gonna set my eyelids. We'll speed this bit up, because you've seen this before. Right, so that's done. So now I can actually get started with this bad boy. Right! Now I'm trying to find my brush cleaner, this little apparatus. Just gonna give it a quick clean. Alright, I'm gonna go in with this orange shade and it's called Jam, which is great because I know so many jams are orange. I guess apricot, marmalade, but it reminds me of the Michael Jackson song Jam because... Jesus Christ. Because in that video he's wearing like an orange outfit. I don't know if that's why it's called that. I don't know, basically it's nice and pigmented, we like that, don't we? I'm just gonna... Oh, that went way too high. Hello. I'm just gonna put that in my crease. My next plan of action in my little makeup adventure is I'm gonna do the 100 days of makeup challenge. But to do that I need to like plan it a bit more than maybe someone who had a normal 9-to-5 job, just because I work rotated hours, so sometimes I finish at 6 PM, sometimes I finish at 2 AM. And my days off, I never know when they're gonna be. I will do it, I just need to plan it a little bit. Instead of winging it out as well, I'm gonna have like a rounded eye look. Is that okay? Thanks. Cool, so now that I've done that, I'm going to give my brush another clean, and I'm going to go in with this yellow colour called, well, this mustardy colour called Mustard. I'm going to take a guess that it's called that because it looks a bit like English mustard. So I'm going to put a little bit of that just above the orange I've just done, just to soften out the edges. There we go, I would say that's pretty satisfactory. So yeah, now that I've done that, I'm basically just going to cut the crease of my eye using my Colourpop concealer. That's all that, it's really running out. And then I get a flat brush and then I just carve out a crease on my eye, like so. Shush! So that's what I want to go for, so I'm going to quickly go cut the crease of the other eye. I'm going to do that off camera and I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so now I have cut both the creases of my eye, so it's going to look something like this. So I've got a rounded brush and I'm going to go in with this colour, what's it called? Filter. So I'm going to pop that into the concealed crease and just patting it down onto my eyelid. And don't worry if you can't reach up into like the edges of the concealed areas, because you can use a flat brush to get in there. And you're going to use that just to get into the crevices. Great, so it should look something like this. I'm loving the blue against the orange. I think it looks really ace. So next up is obviously I've got empty area in the outer corner of my eye. I'm going to fill that in using the brown shade Mud. And that's called Mud because mud is brown. Like this one's called Pigeon, and it sort of looks like, you know, when pigeons, when they're like in the sun. I think pigeons are beautiful as well, by the way. People who think pigeons are ugly, you're so rude, okay? Rude. People who kick pigeons out of the way when they're on the footpath, like, that pigeon is just going for a walk and a peck and you're kicking your gross feet at it. You're probably more disgusting than that pigeon, okay? And I'm not even exaggerating with that, okay? Pigeons, yes, there might be a lot of them, and yes, they might eat trash, but it's your trash that they're eating, so why don't you dispose of your trash nicely, okay? And okay, rant now. London putting their, well, not even London, England, putting spikes, these little spiky things, on everything that a pigeon might want to land on. How rude. How bloody rude. Just how rude. I think that's rude. I think that's horrible, mean. Okay, yeah, so the pigeon might do a poo. You clean it up. You clean it up, you lazy, bloody disgusting humans. I think that's so mean. That pigeon's been flying around. He's bloody exhausted. He wants to land on a perch, but he can't because you've decided to put some spikes that are going to impale him. And then you go around saying they're disgusting for only having one leg. Well, no wonder they only have one leg, because you've bloody put some spikes up. And because you leave your trash around, and then the trash gets cut on his leg and then it gets infected, then it falls off. So he has to live the rest of his life with one leg, maybe even no legs, hobbling around because you can't put your trash in the bin. Yeah. Anyway, pigeons are beautiful. I'm sorry, I get annoyed. I give people the evils when I see them kicking pigeons out of the way. Pigeons are lovely. In fact, all animals are lovely and they all deserve a chance. And pigeons are so cute and they coo, they make the nicest noise. And they are beautiful because this eyeshadow said so. It's like shimmery like a pigeon's feather, and if that doesn't make you want to cry, then you're the problem, okay? You're part of the problem. Next time you see a pigeon, just give them a little wave. Say hello. How's your day going? Because no one ever asks that. They see a pigeon and bloody kick him out the way. Well, next time I see you eating your prepped sandwich, I'm gonna kick you out the way. See how you like that, huh? Because that's Anyway, I'm going in with the shade Mud. I'm really worked up now, really annoyed. And then I'm just going to fluff the edges out a bit. And you can also use jam and mustard to do that as well. So I'm going to dip into both of those and just sort of like buff it out. Great, so now I'm actually going to honour the pigeons and I'm going to use a little bit of pigeon just where the Mud shade meets the filter shade. Great, now after I've done that I'm going to highlight my eye using the highlight shade. I'm going to use this brush. I'm going to use the shade Fly, this shade here, it's like a highlight. So I'm going to put that under my brow bone, or on my brow bone, under my brow, like so. And I think this ties in really nicely with the yellow, so I think you could actually get a pretty sweet gradient going. I did a look for a Queen music video that you might have seen on Instagram or Facebook. So basically, I've entered a competition to feature in a Queen music video, which if I got picked. So I'm trying not to get my hopes up too much because I feel like there's lots of other creators who have entered. If I did get selected, I would basically cry for the rest of my life because I love Queen, they are my life. But at the moment we can only hope. So yeah, I've got that highlight shade there now. And now I'm also going to put the same highlight shade in the inner corner of my eye. There we go, and now I'm going to do my under eyes. I'm going to use the orange and the yellow shades. And now that I've done that, I'm going to put some glitter on where the blue meets the orange and the yellow shades in the crease. I'm going to use the Collection Glam Crystals Silver Glitter. You can just pick these up at your local Superdrug store. And I have had it a while, so the actual applicator itself is a bit mangled. So what I do is get this thin detailing brush, like so, and I'm just going to pour it on the back of my hand. And actually the thin detailed brush, I believe I picked that up at Poundland, so don't judge the cheaper stores, because it's actually not so bad. Great, so now I'm going to just do my mascara, which is my Urban Decay Perversion mascara. Great, now I'm just going to do my face, so I'm going to prime my face first with my Berry M Flawless Primer. Right, and because my last video, my foundation was so light, I'm actually going to try and salvage a little bit out of here, mixed in with the bloody whitest foundation I've ever used. I'm going to try to take the lid off because it's not a screw top. I've just put that bloody primer on my hand, so it's, there you go. My hands are slippery. So there's like a tiny bit in there. I'm going to try and use as much as I can because my face on my last video, oh my god, there's actually quite a lot in there. Oh my gosh, no, it's not even empty, is it? My face in my last video was so pale. So I've got my damp beauty blender. I'm just gonna pop that on my face. Great, so now it's time to conceal my face using my Colourpop No Filter Concealer. It turns out I actually had another one of these. It has got quite a bit left. So, happy birthday to me. Great, so now that I've done my concealer, I'm just going to bait that with my Revolution Pro Loose Finishing Powder. Now I'm going to go in with my tinted powder and just brush all of that off. Thunder, bolt and lightning, very, very frightening. Me! Now I'm just going to contour using my Hoola Bronzing Powder by Benefit using my angled brush. Cool, and next step is blush, and it's actually going to be a blush that I've not used before. It's the Model's own brand, and I found this at TK Maxx for $1.99, and its recommended retail price is allegedly £8. Is that true? I don't know, because I haven't looked. The shade is called Rock and Rosie, and I kind of like that, because it reminds me of A Whole Lot of Rosie by AC/DC, and we know I'm a sucker for that. Love how it is basically not anything like the colour that it says it is. So this is the colour on the back of the packet, like a dark, and then it's like the lightest pink I've ever seen in my life. Rude. I don't really know how much I need now because I've not used this, but you know I'm going to use too much because me. Yep. Oh, it's kind of cute. I could deal with it. It's kind of cute, kind of like it. I've used way too much, but kind of like it. Could it be my new favourite blush? Could it be? Could it be that I like the light pink? Should I do the... No. Maybe. Why not? Why not? We'll just do it. We're doing things differently here. Right, and now, time for my highlight. And oh my gosh, I'm not actually going to use my Jeffree Star highlight. Oh! Call the police! I'm not going to use it. I'm going to use something different. It's because I figured that I'd actually been using that for like every single video. I have actually used this one quite a few times before. I got it from Topshop. It's the Crescent Moon shade, and it's actually really nice. Anyway, I'm going to clean my contour brush on my leg. You know, after you've used Jeffree Star's highlights, it's just like nothing really compares. Like, this is really nice, but it's not Jeffree Star, isn't it? Right, I'm now going to use my eyelashes. And because I accidentally showered with my eyelashes on for the last look I did, for my queen look, so I now have to use some more. So what I'm going to do, because I have quite small eyes, I have recently discovered, so what I'm going to do is snippy snip just a couple of rows of eyelashes off, like a couple of hairs off, because then I feel like they're going to stick down more because they've got actual skin to stick down to. So this is the original size, and I've cut it down to about this. You can't see that. Great show and tell. Do you know, I used to hate that at school. People would say like show and tell, but it sounds so much like my name. I'd always be like, yes, miss, what do you want? And they're like, oh, I didn't say your name, I said show and tell, funny. Yeah, so that's my story. So I'm basically just, Anyway, lipstick time. Of course I'm going to use Jeffree Star, like what else? Again from his previous summer collection, I'm using the beautiful metallic-y, like brown shade. Oh my god, that fly. Bloody rude! I'm filming! And it's called Fudge Pop. Jeffree Star, I don't think you realise how much you have changed my life. You changed my whole makeup game. I'm also going to use, oh my gosh, this is so old, literally the name's rubbed off. This is from Colourpop. It's called PYT, which is one of my nicknames actually. I'm a big Michael Jackson fan. Yeah, one of my best friends, Sophie, she calls me PYT for Pretty Young Thing. yeah, anyway, so this lipstick's special to me because it means something. So basically, I'm just gonna pop a little bit of this on my finger, like a little bit, and just dab it onto the center of my lip. And there we go, so that's done. I just need to set my face because I am going out with this on, so I don't want it falling off, especially because the weather, it's sunny now, but the weather is insane the last few days, so. She's not going anywhere. Fan it with the palette I use, shall I? Bit of marketing there. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the look. Of course, as always, I'm gonna do a little montage because I really like how this look came out actually. Colour's really bold and I'm living for that. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate the time you put in to watch my videos. Thank you so much. I'll see you next week for another video hopefully because oh my god, look, this one was done in a week. Oh, I'm doing so well. Bye!